Hey everyone, finish watching the next Masked Rider episode, Know Your Neighbor. The Stewart family is selected to be on a game show, Know Your Neighbor. Count Dragon is ticked off about this for some reason. Cyclopter has an idea and decides to go down to Earth himself. The Stewarts are playing against their neighbors, the Carbuncles. Patsy, it turns out, is their daughter. Phoebus stows away in the family's van on the way to the studio, shooting the game show. Some maggots sneak in. Dex sees and follows them outside. After a fight, the maggots run away. Dex chases them. Inside the studio, the game show starts. The director wonders where Dex is. Dex suddenly sees Cyclopter's head floating around. It's a distraction. Cyclopter's body is preparing to fire on him from the back. Dex dodges the attack and transforms. Back at the game show, Albie spots Phoebus. Phoebus hides behind the audience. Count Dragon is mad at Cyclopter for going down to Earth for some reason. He must have heard Cyclopter earlier. How did he not realize this is what Cyclopter was going to do? Dragon sends down a new monster, Electrosect, that can drain electricity. Dex calls Magno and the bad guys retreat. Dex returns to the show. Dex senses Electrosect and leaves the show again. He battles the monster while Cyclopter watches on. At the studio, Phoebus overhears the director worrying about Dex leaving. He sneaks into a room full of technical equipment, locks himself in, and screws around, confusing everyone. Dex powers up to Super Gold and defeats Electrosect. Dragon yells at Cyclopter. It's his fault the Insectivore lost for some reason. Dex makes it back to the show just as the Stewarts win. Dex is offered a choice of prize, a new car, or the mystery box. He chooses the mystery box, which turns out to be a jar of candy. This episode is another pretty weak one. The game show doesn't make much sense, and the stakes are low since neither family has any real need to win or rivalry with each other. Dex having to leave isn't a conflict. The show goes on without him, and his family even wins. Phoebus being present doesn't add anything. When he takes over the control room, he doesn't delay the show, he just causes some confusion for a few minutes. I thought since Dex was gone, the Stewarts would dress Phoebus up and pretend he was Dex. The bad guy's plot is easily the stupidest yet. Cyclopter doesn't even seem to have much of an idea past just fighting Dex and hoping he wins. His initial maneuver of using his detachable head as a distraction was clever, but he doesn't employ any similar tactics after that. Electrosect doesn't accomplish anything. I thought since its ability was to drain electricity, he'd drain the power from the game show studio. Electrosect never leaves the desert. He doesn't drain electricity from anything other than Dex. Count Dragon is at his stupidest and most petty here. I'm highly skeptical of how he was able to conquer Edenoi on his own. His plans suck, his monsters suck, his minions suck. How has Edenoi not managed to overthrow him? Dragon must have had help from someone more competent than him. During the game show, the Saban International jingle plays. It's popped up before in Masked Rider's soundtrack.
Stay tuned to find out which family will play the neighborhood's final challenge.
I'm very curious how nothing Masked Rider has turned out so far. VR Troopers was extremely formulaic and had similar limitations, but it still turned out decent. I'm thinking there may have been some problems behind the scenes leading to some of the strange decisions made on this show. Maybe there was some more leeway with VR Troopers, with it being a syndicated show, and Masked Rider was like a Fox Kids show specifically. Maybe Fox Kids executives butted in and they were like, no, it has to be like this. But then again, Power Rangers was the biggest show they had, so it seems like they wouldn't want to put limitations on Masked Rider. They'd insist it be more like Power Rangers, so I really don't know what exactly is going on, but yeah. Pretty meh episode of Masked Rider this time around. So that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.